how's it going, guys? So today is the first video in a series that I'm starting where I'm gonna build a full stack Instagram clone with TypeScript. I'm gonna be using next.js on the front end and Express, GraphQL, Connects, and Postgres on the back end. And so today we're just gonna get the organization created, get the boilerplates added to both repositories, and get them hosted so that everything's ready to go. So yeah, let's start by creating our organization. So we're gonna come up here. I'm gonna say new organization. We're gonna join for free, and let's. Probably Instaclone's already taken. Instadrone's available, so we'll just go with that. And add my email in here. This belongs to my personal account. And we're just gonna skip the inviting people part for now. How many people do you expect? 1 to 5. No. Alright, so we're going to create our first repository here, and we'll do insta next for Instagram clone, and we can make this public. We'll just make sure that it's empty repository. Clone this, so I'm gonna make a directory in my tutorials folder called, let's not capitalize it, Instadrone. Alright, we're gonna cd in there, and then now I'm going to git clone. Alright, so we got that there. We come back here and create our backend. InstaPI. Make this public as well. Alright. Alrighty, so now we can see we got both repositories here in my Instadrone folder. So we can start off by getting the next TypeScript boilerplate going. We can come over here and go to next.js examples. So if you find their repository, you can Google it. It's pretty easy to find. You can come down here and you can click on their examples folder, have it bookmarked, and they just have a ton of very amazing examples with a ton of different technologies. So I'm going to Control F and do with dash TypeScript. Alright, and we're just going to click down. With TypeScript, ESLint, and Jest. Oh dang. They got new stuff coming up here all the time. We got the Jest config. It actually looks pretty cool. You know what? I kinda want to give this one a shot. We got the test folder here, mocks, pages, test utils. You know what? Let's just stick with the regular. And another good thing about these examples is you don't have to start with the examples. If you ever need to figure out how to add something, just going in here and looking at the repository can help you out quite a lot. But we are just going to stick with the vanilla with TypeScript boilerplate to start with. And we can see we've got the commands to install them right here. So the syntax, so yarn create next app, then you give it the -- example, and then you give it the example that you want to do, and then the name of the repository. So we want to add it into our Next project, so we can paste this here, and instead of naming our next project with TypeScript app, we are going to name it Next. And yeah, let that do its thing. Open up a new tab, and we can cd into our InstaPI, and we'll do yarn init. Name, yep, version, description, backend, or Insta. And for the entry point, let's do src/server.ts. Going to be doing this whole thing in TypeScript. That's our repository, author, MIT license, private is false. Alright, so we got our package.json. We could start adding dependencies here. So let's just make our source directory, and then we're going to need a data folder in there that we're going to mess with eventually. We can touch c/server.ts. Alright, that should be pretty good to go. Can open this up in VS Code. Alrighty. So, the first things first, we need to start installing the dependencies that we're going to need. So we're going to start off pretty small. So let's just do yarn add. So we're going to need TypeScript ts node at types/node. And we're going to need express. Let's start with that. I spelled TypeScript wrong. Alrighty, and while that is installing, we can check on our next project. Oh, cannot contain capital letters, so we can move our Next, and let's just call it Next, and yeah, that should work now. Awesome. Oh, did it finish already? Oh no. Okay. So we got this here. You can get rid of our yarn error. Alright, so we can create a .getIgnore, and we are not going to want our .env file in there, and we are not going to want our node modules to show up in our repo. And get that out of the way pretty quick. Alrighty. So we got Express here. That's probably so we're gonna need some scripts, and we're gonna need a TS config. So the TSC for TypeScript config --init. And it's gonna generate us a TypeScript file here, and we're not supposed to do comments in JSON, but it doesn't throw any errors, You know what? I'm just going to copy a TypeScript file from another project if I can find it. Okay, let's go here. Alrighty. Alright, that should do us pretty good. We can come up here, import Express from Express. Let's do const app equals Express, and app.get not find a declaration module for Express. So in TypeScript, whenever it says it could not find a declaration file for a package, usually means you gotta add the types for it. Let's yarn add at types/express. And then now this should go away in just a second. Yep, there we go. Alright, and so we want to get our home route, and let's, we're not going to need our first argument, so since we're not using it, it's going to be a void type, and then, actually we don't even need to declare the types for this right here. Do res. And then we can get our response, and we want to send file, and do underscore dir name, and add on to the end of that directory name the path for file, and we'll do an index.html. So we'll kind of have a little home page for our API here. That should be good. Let's create our index.html. And in here, HTML5 template. And we're going to create a H1. Server is up and running. Tag. SQL APIs. We're going to create an A tag here. We're going to do /GraphQL. So we're going to be using Apollo Server Express, which combines Apollo Server with Express and connects them very well together. And whenever you do it, it always puts the GraphQL server on the home route /GraphQL. We're going to make this a tag, give it an href, and we are going to say /GraphQL. And that's not going to work at first whenever we click it, but it will whenever we get our GraphQL database set up. And so we don't have any scripts in our package.json yet. You can come here and we can say scripts, and we're gonna have our start, and start is gonna use TS node instead of node to run our source/server.js file, and then we're going to also add nodemon as a dev dependency here. Dev, that's going to be alright, so we got our start and our dev going. So let's just try dev not found. We will just copy this. Don't save. We got nodemon and our dev dependencies here. Let's paste our scripts back. And let's run start it. Right, cannot find source/server.js. Silly me. It's a TypeScript file. Oh Lord, it's a TypeScript file. Okay, let's do an app.listen. Listen, and you know what? We are going to run add.env. Let's get our env set up, ready to go. It's in our get ignore already, so we don't got to worry about pushing it up. And we're going to call this port equals 4000, and we are going to require, you can import .env and do a .config, but I stick with the require syntax for this particular case because it's less typing. Alright, instead of having two lines, you just got one. Pulls in your .env config, and then we can do process.env port, and then console.log servers running on port $. Let me just copy this right here. And it would not be complete without a rocket. Right here in dev. Alright, server's up and running. And come here to localhost 4000. And we got servers up and running. GraphQL is located at this. And cannot get that yet, but we don't need it quite just yet. We do have something that we can serve up to Heroku and check that our deployment's working now though, which is very good. So let's do the same thing with next now. Alrighty. So we come over here, open insta-next, and got our TS config already in here for us. It's got a lot for us, and we really don't got to do anything here since it already works. So we'll just open up a new terminal, yarn dev to get it going. It's on localhost 3000. and it works. Sweet. So now that we got that set up, let's see. Commit. Get it is a this little mini bash script I wrote. Basically does get add, get commit, and get push, and it pushes everything up to master, and it takes in an argument so I can pass in the comment as the first argument. Alrighty, and we got all of that pushed up. Come back. There we go. And we got this going. The same thing. Alrighty, so we can come over here. And if we click on these, you can see everything's pretty good to go. So, and actually we do want to make a couple changes on next. So, let me just see here. Go. We come into our package.json. Now we're going to want a start script and a Heroku post build script as well. So for our start, we're going to do next start dash p port, and so this is going to start it on Heroku's port. And then for the Heroku post build, build command right here, and we already got that JavaScript. We can just do that. Good to go. Let's just add this to my dictionary real quick. Alright, sweet. Let's push that change up to master. Awesome. So come here. Perfect. So now we can go to Heroku. Do a new pipeline. So this one's going to be for, alright, and so we can see that we don't have our Instadrome here. So it says missing GitHub organization. And so your Heroku dashboard has team access. Takes you right to it. You can see Instadrome's got the little X next to it. We can hit grant and come back here and refresh this page. Since this is the front end, I'm just going to name it good old-fashioned Instadrome. And we're going to select the front end repository. Alright, create the pipeline. So we got it connected, and now we need to create the apps. So I'm going to come over here, and we're going to add app, create a new app. We're going to name this Insta Drone Stage. And United States is where we want to be. So we can create that app. Come over here. Let's go to deploy. GitHub's already connected, so we can enable automatic deploys. And it should be good for now. So actually, let's just click deploy branch. So it's going to wait until we push something up to master, so we can just click that button to get the process started and deploy what we got already. And come back here to our pipeline, and now we can add our production. We're going to create a new app, and it's the drone. There we go. And so whenever you're working on production is what's gonna have your professional URL attached to it. So you want production to be named as close to what you want it called. If you're buying a custom domain name and setting it up, it doesn't matter too much what this name is, but this is where everything is going to get hosted. And so this is got deployed. We can open the app and we can see our instadrone.stage.herokuapp.com, and it all looks like it's working pretty good. Awesome. So we can promote this to production. And now we've got the Insta-drone. This is going to be whatever we want the URL to be, however we could set it. But yeah, this is our production website, and now that URL is good to go. And whenever we create pull requests to the master branch, we'll be able to see those previews over here. And once those get merged, we'll be able to see the preview here, make sure it's still working good, and if everything's still gorgeous, we push it to production and we're good to go. And then so now we can go create our Insta PI pipeline. And let's see. Pipeline's created, and we're going to be doing the same things I just did. So Insta PI stage. Call it Insta-drone API. Enable automatic employees. Push what we got. Alright, so that's looking good. Come back to our pipeline, promote it to production. Awesome. So we got our full stack project set up, hosted, ready to go, and we can slowly and incrementally build upon this and have production in mind from the very beginning. So I think that's going to be it for this episode. The next episode, I'll probably go over setting up code climate to make sure that our code and testing coverage is good. We might do testing coverage at a later one. But yeah, that's it for today. Now guys, take it easy. Thanks for watching.